Hey guys, welcome back to my page. I am Jonquelle and today we are doing another animal print tutorial. This is perfect for all of your coloring page and fashion illustration needs. Last week I did the different cow prints and you can go back to my last video and see them. This week we are going to be focusing on big cats. So we're going to do a leopard print for sure. Our first leopard print, we're going to just be doing a simple two-tone print using yellow and black. The yellow will be our base and the black will of course be used to make our spot. This is just a two-tone quick print.
First, put your background layer on. You can do 2 passes of this, but make sure it's dry. Okay, now that the background is nice and saturated, I want to actually practice doing my leopard spots just so I can have a handle on it. So on a separate sheet of paper, you're going to practice doing your spots. They're almost like little irregular C's for the most part. And then sometimes they're just little dots that are going to surround the page. You're making a nice little pattern. And don't forget, you can always look at the real thing for reference. I definitely keep a Pinterest board full of patterns. Once you're ready, go ahead and take your black marker. And mind you, I am using the brush tip. The brush tip gives you some of the best effects as far as making this look natural. And I'm doing my little shape, trying to keep them irregular, and I'm placing them random. You want to avoid making lines or making the pattern predictable because you want it to look like it's happening in nature. Don't forget to put a little bit of those dots in between. It just helps sells it even more. After a while, you're going to realize how addicting this can be, and it's very therapeutic once you get in the habit of doing the pattern. But don't zone out too much. Remember, I want you to be in the mood and mindful and demure while you are doing this. That way you can make sure that you're not being repetitive. You want this to look like it's happening in nature. And that is our first pattern. Very easy, very simple. You can pull this off with multiple color combinations. And this is just a good start into this type of pattern. Next, we're going to go for a little bit more difficulty level. These are once again Ohuhu markers, and these are the 3 colors I'm using. Put my base down, same base color we just used. Remember, let that dry. Now we're going to go with our terracotta color, and I'm going to make these almost rough diamond shapes. What I'm doing is I'm making the center part of the spots themselves. And remember to try not to create a repetitive pattern with these. You almost want them to be different shapes, different sizes. Put a little bit of variation in there. Try not to make it look like they're going in a straight line. You want to be as natural as possible. So I'm giving you permission to be a little messy. And once you're done with that, using the same method we used in the first pattern, you're going to go around and make your little black shapes. Now, mind you, I'm going to repeat again that you want to make sure that you're letting the page dry before you move on to the next color. It's going to muddy it up a bit if you're going wet on wet with this. You definitely want it to be dry. And you see how sometimes I'm not even connecting the shapes? You don't want to connect them all the way. Leave little gaps. You're just going to surround it with a few little ink blots of black. And this pattern is commonly used in fashion and on fabric, so this is a great one to learn. The final one, we are going into the Lisa Frank zone. This is what I meant when I said earlier, you can take this technique and apply it to anything. These are the markers I'm using right here. They're from the Ohuhu 72 set, and I'm also introducing an acrylic paint marker. This one is by Sharpie, and it is in white. So you're going to take your colors and make whatever background you want to make. I just went in here and I'm just going to splash colors around. Let your inner child out. Have fun with this. Go ahead and layer. It's also great if you pick colors that mix and make other colors as well. Let that dry fully. Then take your paint marker and start making your blobs. The same way we made the blobs in the last pattern, you're going to do it here. Great thing about the acrylic markers is that they can go on top of the alcohol markers just fine, and they also don't bleed through, so you can do even more effects. And once that's dry, do 2 layers, by the way. You're going to now take your black marker and you're going to do the same pattern we just did for the last 2 patterns. You're going to go in there and make your inky splots and make those leopard print shapes. Now you're ready to put this pattern on a trapper keep. So when I say that it can work with any color, I said it, mean it. It can work with any color scheme. I definitely want to see what you guys do with this technique. Please, if you try it, tag me in it. When people say that coloring is their therapy, this is what I'm thinking about right here. Just letting your inner child be free, letting your imagination go, using fun colors to just create concepts. Like imagine if you were actually coloring in a little leopard and made them this way. And that is it. That is all 3 of our patterns. Let's take a look at them. Our bright pattern, all the way down to our simple pattern, all the different ways that you can do leopard print. What do you guys think about this? If you like this video, please leave me a comment, like this post, subscribe. And like I said, leave me a comment and let me know if you would like it. Have a good day. Bye-bye.